I'm just going to explain to you guys 2 ways that I use to get out of the spiral of sadness. And these are just techniques I use. I'm not saying this is the only way, the best way. They work well for me, and that's all I'm saying. And so if you're feeling sad and you feel like you've tried a bunch of techniques and you don't know what to do, try these techniques. But yeah, let's get it started. So what I like to do is I like to visualize my emotions as energy and my attention on those emotions as energy. And as you keep feeding those emotions through memory, reiterating sad ideas about yourself or about the world, I like to see and visualize it as like a current, similar to like electricity flowing in your house. Just like electricity, we don't necessarily control it, but we redirect it. And electricity is energy, just like thoughts and where our attention goes is energy. And so we're not necessarily controlling energy. What we're doing is redirecting energy so that we have a better outcome, an outcome that is more preferable, so that we're happier. And if you think of sadness, you're constantly reiterating this negative belief about yourself or about the world, and you just keep going back there. You put your attention back on it, and then it refuels it, makes it stronger. And so I like to visualize it like this. The more you feed it, the stronger the connection gets. But if you can find a way to redirect it, and sort of like, if you were to instead focus on something that was more beneficial, that was more positive, being thankful or grateful for what you have now, as opposed to thinking about the sad things and your sad concepts of reality, instead shift your attention on things that make you feel better. Be thankful, be grateful. And by doing this, your attention can only focus on one. And as long as you feed the more thankful, grateful thoughts and ideas about your life, then entropy will kick in on the sad ideas you have of reality. And the feeling of your life being sad will slowly dissipate as you focus more and more on the ideas of your life being this, great thing that you have. You're more grateful of what you do have as opposed to being sad of what you don't or what you lack. So that's the mental redirection. There's also the physical redirection, which is the second technique I use. And it's basically, heavily centered around meditation. So, for example, what I like to do is rub my 2 fingertips together and focus on the sensation of the 2 fingertips touching, and try to stay on that as long as I can. Sometimes I'll focus on breathing, so visualize air going in and out of your body. Try to visualize the sensation of your legs touching the chair. That's more of a physical redirection. And honestly, I don't prefer one over the other. Usually what I'll do is I'll try one. If that doesn't work, then I'll switch to the physical, and I'll just keep trying to redirect my attention. And by redirecting your attention, you're creating entropy on the sad, depressing ideas of your reality. And then it has no choice but to die off, because you're creating a stronger and stronger connection of positivity, of love, of being grateful, being thankful of what you have and where you are in life. Yeah, those are the 2 methods on how I redirect my thoughts of sadness before it spirals into a depression. Because, it doesn't matter how many years you meditate, man, straight up. Like, I've been meditating for a minute now, and I still get sad, man. I still get mad. I still get frustrated with life. But the key is to not spiral into the intense emotions. like the manifestation of constantly reiterating a sad, negative, mad, frustrated idea of the world and yourself, before it leads to a depression, before it leads to anger problems. But yeah, pretty sure that's all I have to say in this video. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me, and take it easy. Peace.